Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
All right, folks, thank you for sticking around here on this Tuesday. I'm Dustin Staples. We hope you made it a great Monday. Of course, everybody's back to school and work now after some days off as we are beginning to roll on the month of April, and of course, before too long, state testing and a lot of other things will be at play as well. So again, do forgive me. I'm in a much condensed space today because of where there's some construction going on where my studio is here in Radford. So do forgive me if I look larger than normal, just because I don't have much of a walking distance right now in front of me. So do forgive me as a lot of stuff happens between now and again. Sometimes you know when there are people coming, sometimes you don't. So we're going to roll with this, and hopefully it doesn't look kind of awkward as I'm as I continue to pass and go off the screen as I usually do as well. But you know what though? Excuse me, if I can talk with you today, it'd be great. I think I can. 73 degrees and sunny skies will be at play for us right now, so just continue to enjoy the nice cooler temperatures, mild weather as we kind of like to call it as well, as we do begin to see clear skies at play for us. So once again, if you do expect to see clear skies, you're going to be in great conditions too. We're also going to begin to see a nice warmer summer-like pattern too. So again, tonight's going to be a good evening for the fire pit or whatever you have in store tomorrow or this evening. Just do expect that we are going to begin to see those nice cooler weather overnight lows begin to filter back in. Now tonight, excuse me, we'll begin to see our 40s right there as well. And I had to make sure and do like double, triple check if this was correct. 41 is our low for Martinsville and both Ridgeway. It's right around at that. So that's no typo. And again, it looks kind of weird because our mountain locations are a little bit warmer. That's all based upon elevation with you too. So that's why we are beginning to see more warmer weather in the mountains. Flatter areas, again, typically are cooler, but of course it's all depending on elevation too. So that's why it looks kind of weird. You expect the opposite for it. In the mountains, meanwhile, areas such as Martinsville, Oak Level Air, and Ridgeway, yes, are seeing much cooler temperatures. But again, as you make your way up towards 220 Fair and Rocky Mountain, Boone's Mill, 45, 46, and 47 degrees will be at play for them. Now moving on ahead to your Wednesday afternoon, another warm afternoon to the making. We're going to approach 80 degrees here in the city as well as in Ridgeway. We're going to be in the mid-70s for Patrick and Franklin counties as well, with the exception of Boone's Mill. They're also 80 degrees. Just a typical May-like weather day than it is April right now. So I will say this, the pollen has been really high this week, so if you are an allergy sufferer, do expect the pollen to not be at a low range anytime soon, because we're not expecting much rain for the next foreseeable future. But again, we will see changes as we get closer to the weekend. So I will say that we will get a chance of rain for the weekend, but not for the next few days anyway as well. Tomorrow we're giving it a 10 out of 10. Let the kids run outdoors for recess, 78 again, a low of 45. So not as cold for the overnight lows as we're beginning to have a much warmer pattern now take its shape for our hometown. So if you're doing anything tomorrow for Wednesday, do expect it to be pretty nice and also well above average. Real quick here's the prediction for the next several weeks, the next couple of weeks with our precipitation outlook. You see that brown shaded area means that we're going to remain just below average of rainfall for much. It looks like the Ohio River valleys, Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina, the Tennessee River Valley as well, parts of the Midwest, even seeing that near normal conditions elsewhere across the United States. And meanwhile, our friends to the Pacific Northwest will begin to see just our average rain, and of course sometime a late season snow for the higher terrains is what that is. So if you know any people going skiing out towards the west here, Nevada, California, Utah, of course particularly outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, there of course the terrain, it's a lot colder up there too. Also parts of Colorado are beginning to still see some snow. This is typical for them out there for this time of year. It's not a surprise to see a late season snow for the west. However, though, it would be a very shock to the system if we saw late season snow in April, because we're not used to that confinement of those temperatures and especially the fluctuation of it. So again, I don't want you to expect that we're not going to be seeing any rain a long term future, but we are expecting some different durations of sunny days ahead of us. Again, we really need to dry out, especially with how wet it's been for the last several weeks. So get out there, get some of that grass mowed. That's going to be one of the key factors. Maybe let your kids coming from school, if they're not in sports or something, or maybe they have a day off, let them out there, let them get their arm and leg day in at the same time while they're pushing that lawnmower. Maybe they got a ride lawnmower or weed eating or something. Just get out there and do it, because this is going to be beneficial. The weekend, taking a look at this, Saturday's featuring some morning showers in the morning. We'll see afternoon clearing late in the day, so don't expect to be a complete washout. We'll have a front kind of similar to the last several weekends. Are you beginning to notice what's happening here? Every weekend we have forecasted some chance of rain. Now this time it should be gone, kind of like this past Saturday was cold and gloomy. This coming Saturday it's going to be warm and not as gloomy and overcast for us. So again, we'll see some mild to overnight lows. Sunday's going to begin the day partly to mostly cloudy, sunny as well, and then again we'll see a chance of showers and thunderstorms possibly for Sunday. So we are now riveting that time of the season where severe weather is approaching our neck of the woods. Now again, still too far out what to expect for Sunday, but this is typical summer-like weather. We get the heat and the instability, just enough warm air to fire them afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Again, it's going to be a typical summer-like weekend without the high humidity. But again, we're going to notice just an uptick in the temperatures as well. So do expect that. Again, of course, it is Orthodox Easter on Sunday for those who celebrate that. Do expect some showers and storms in the afternoon, but we'll keep a close eye on that as we do get closer to the weekend. So something we've been saying is, what does the weekend entail is always subject to change, but again, we're guaranteed that Saturday is going to be the best day to get anything outside done as well. Can't even talk today, and I keep saying as well more than once. But anyway, who's keeping count, right? Anyway, that's enough of my time here for you. I hope you enjoy your rest of the day. Do take care. We have a lot more coming up on your BTW21 News right after this.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by